Oh, hi. Hey, hello. Well, yeah, I was just getting my notes ready. Welcome to the Stream of Blood. Hello, SOBs. My name is Jared Logan. I am the storyteller, game master, keeper, dungeon master, whatever the game master is called in the game. I'm often the guy that does it here. And today we are playing Mage, the Ascension. Mage, the Ascension, the classic game from White Wolf Studios back in the 90s. There's a Mage 20th Anniversary Edition from Onyx Path Studios that you can check out. The 20th Anniversary Edition, I got to tell you guys, it's really funny because I'm not exaggerating. It's this thick because they just took every source book that was ever for this game and they just put it into one big hardcover book. It looks like kind of like a life biology textbook for a college. And of course, life is part of it. It's one of the spheres of magic, everybody, as we all know. Thank you for coming back for this special sort of, mid-season replacement for our vampire series. We intend to do more of this stuff, bringing you these kind of great casts. And I think we're going to bring you some more of the White Wolf games. It's been so fun playing Mage that I think that you should look forward to seeing maybe some Wraith or Changeling. Werewolf, we may wait until, because that game's supposed to be coming out. That's supposed to be getting a new edition. So we may wait until the new edition comes out. But you may see some Wraith or Changeling in your future, everybody. Get excited about that. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you see somebody that's been lurking in chat and doesn't have a subscription, please click subscribe for them. Please also be aware that the White Wolf games take place in the world of darkness. And that means that sometimes they deal with adult themes. So there can be some mind control, sometimes some violence. There might be some blood. Vampire is more likely to have blood in the game than Mage. So far, nothing's gotten very gory, but it can happen. So just be aware of that, and also be aware that we listen to your comments, concerns, questions, and requests about our content. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, let us know how you felt about an episode, please do so on our Discord. It's called the Server of Blood, and you can get on one of the channels there and tell us what you thought. We really do listen, and we really do take it seriously. That's out of the way. Let's bring in our amazing cast. This guy can be seen on the Better Than Heroes Spelljammer 5e stream, where he plays, I think, like a big robot. And he's also on our Blades in the Dark series. He's a fantastic comedian and writer, and we love role-playing with him. Welcome, Aaron Urist, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's going well. Glad to be back.
I'm just bringing up your character, Avi Dreyfus.
Avi Dreyfus.
Who I realized as we started playing is a lot more kind of mentally unique and different than perhaps I even thought when we created the character.
He's got good days and bad days,
Yeah. What excites you or interests you about playing a character like that? Someone who maybe has mental health challenges, but is kind of also sees the world very differently?
In the context of this game, it really interested me to think about how a person living with mental illness how that would sort of interact with magic.
Yeah.
Especially the kind of magic that Avi is doing and the way that it coincides with sort of the stuff that occupies his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Mage is a game where, whatever your character believes, they can make be true, right? So it's all about kind of point of view.
Exactly.
And, yeah, a character with, some mental illness issues is going to really make that super interesting.
Yeah.
And I haven't even told you guys about Marauders yet.
What?
Do you know what a Marauder is?
No, I have no idea.
They are mages, magi rather, who suddenly they go completely mad from their magic, and then they are immune to paradox. So they are walking like universes unto themselves, where they can just snap their fingers and make anything happen, but they're trapped in some sort of like delusion.
Oh my god.
So hopefully that doesn't happen to Avi.
Hopefully that doesn't happen to Avi. It seems
because it'll
like
make him a
Seems like it could.
Oh, it would make him an antagonist character. I'd hate to see that.
That would be unfortunate.
Let's bring in someone who's not an antagonist. She is a fantastic role player. I know that she's been an actress. She's a law student. And I just found out that she's a gigantic Wheel of Time fan, which I think is really interesting. Have you read those? Are you much of a epic fantasy reader, Aaron?
I was in sort of the earlier part of my life, and I've fallen off.
Yeah,
of reading fantasy, but
shame on you. Yeah. Shame on you. You're supposed to kill 4 books about dragons that are this thick a year.
All right. Well, you send me some recommendations, and I'll knock.
Ooh, don't tell me to do that, because then I will. Anyway, let's bring in this fantastic player. She's playing Maria Stone, a Hollow One who is part of the Queer Liberation Front. Please welcome Sara Rose Caplan.
Good morning.
Good morning. You doing? I'm really well, really well. So have you read all of the Wheel of Time?
Have I read all of the Wheel of Time? The question is, how many times have I read all of the Wheel of Time?
Wow. And so, do you like? So I have not, but my brother, who is my like epic fantasy encyclopedia, that's what we talk about on the phone instead of how we're doing.
Sure.
He has read all of them, and he really loves the later Brandon Sanderson ones that finish it. What do you think?
I think Brandon Sanderson did an admirable job finishing a series that big that was someone else's baby.
Yeah.
I wish Robert Jordan had been able to finish them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, he really took his time, and not to be callous, but that's on him a little bit. Talking to you, George R. R. Martin.
He was only like 54 when he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm being an asshole. But I do know that like he just had like entire like book 7 is like. People complain there's not a lot of plot movement, but then yet there are people like you who still love every word of it. Like they're just like completely enamored no matter what.
There's like a solid, 4,000-5,000 pages in the middle that people call the slog.
Oh boy.
I fucking love it, but like at this point, I just love being in the world and being with the characters. So I know the story. I don't care if the plot's not advancing.
Yeah. No, I love that. Do you have any tips for getting through the slog, or is it just you just have to kind of knuckle up, grit your teeth, and just read your way through it?
I found that the third time through, it was all so much more meaningful to me.
So just read all 1 million pages 3 times, and then it becomes way easier.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Sara, we're gonna have you on like a Taste of Blood to just run a Wheel of Time game. Would you like that? Would you do something like that?
I would love to do that. I just did a ton of digging and was able to download the official Wizards of the Coast Wheel of Time 3rd edition.
Ooh. Well, then that shall happen too. I'm over here just declaring things. We're gonna have a Changeling game. There's gonna be a Wheel of Time game. Speaking of creators of epic fantasy, this next guest is a dungeon master and a performer of many different talents. For example, she is kickstarting a new musical album that you should check out. Her previous album was called Songs in the Key of D&D. She's got a new album called Behold Her Dreams. I really love that title. And she is playing Charlie Mazur, a Verbena who works magic through alcohol. Please welcome, everybody, Amy Vorpahl.
Yay.
Hello. Hi. So tell us about this album. Tell us what kind of songs, what kind of dreams will we behold?
Well, it's a play on, like, if you know, you know. It's a play on Beholder Dreams. So it's like, it's for those who don't know, it's just like, it's my dream and I want to make an album. And those who do know that sometimes when beholders have dreams, they manifest what their dreams are of, and they turn into like crazy weird. They're like always nightmare monsters. And so that's kind of also the play of like, well, I was in pandemic and I came up with some weird shit. Here it is.
No, that's such a great reference, and I didn't realize it till you just told me just now. I just thought it was Behold Her Dreams.
I kind of went back and forth on like, well, should I even mention definitely should mention it to you people because you
Yeah.
get it, but to the wider internet verse, I think it's a little. It's like if people know that Vorpahl is from the Jabberwocky, that's great, and then they know what Snicker Snack is. But if they don't, it's still a cool handle to be a Vorpahl sword. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'll just bite the bullet, and the people who figure it out will feel really smart, and the other people will just be like, that's a good album title.
Right. No, totally. That's one of the coolest parts of the monster, like, kind of paragraphs there in the monster manual, or
Yes.
maybe it's in Volo's Guide to Monsters now that's even how new beholders come about, right? They dream of one, and that's how they give birth to a new one. I think.
I also wrote on the new dragon book, The Treasury of Dragons, and there's like a specific thing that happens when a beholder dreams of a dragon, and it's like it's its own weird nightmare dragon monster.
Man, a dragon with a bunch of eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's both terrifying and titillating.
Yes.
You guys, welcome, guys. Please hit up.
Oh wait, can I
Amy's.
say one more thing? It's you
Yeah.
can find it on my pinned tweet now. It doesn't launch until August 31st, but you can follow it at my pinned tweet at Vorpahl Sword or at my website at amyvorpahl.com.
There it is. Okay, great. So, guys, let's kickstart this. I'm sure you'll have no problem, but let's all get a copy and let's groove to it. All right. Welcome, friends, Magi, will workers, reality deviants. Are you ready to get started?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Then let's start with a long-winded recap of the last two episodes of Magi of Pittsburgh. Our friends, the Cabal, Avi Dreyfus, Charlie Mazur, and Maria Stone, they got together at Marty's, which is Charlie's sanctum, kind of a bar on the South Shore where she can work magic using calendars and alcohol. And they were revealed, it was revealed to them via our friend Maria, that there is a Proud Boy attacking protests who appears to not be human, or at least not entirely human, some sort of artificial being. We learned that Maria had an altercation with this guy and saw that he can like heal instantly and seems to sort of be some sort of dangerous automaton. They decided to investigate this, as all good little mages should, because the technocracy is supposedly has kind of left Pittsburgh in any kind of meaningful way when funding was cut, when the science sector in Pittsburgh kind of took a couple blows. The technocracy, for all intents and purposes, has left Pittsburgh a little bit. And so this means some sort of new technocracy influence possibly. So looking around, they first went to the Witches of Gravity Hill, the Reclaimers, where our friend Charlie learned a new rote that can help her kind of detect artificial beings or cyborgs using tea leaves or ice in a mug. Maria also called her father, whom she has issues with, but who is a high-level Mason, and asked if there were any kind of sacred sites in Pittsburgh that he knew of. He's a Philadelphia Mason, but maybe he could get some info on sites that are sacred to the Freemasons, because this cyborg must be hanging out in a site that has some sort of power to it in order to like keep itself kind of together. Finally, they followed a lead to Carnegie Mellon University, where they disguised themselves as a tour group. And in fact, 40-year-old Charlie became a 17-year-old girl who's touring the college. They found some sort of node or enormous space beneath a life sciences building called Hamburg Hall. They found a staircase leading down into a former technocracy site called the Mine. And it was as they were coming down that scaffolding that it just suddenly all fell out from under them. Luckily, Maria cast a quick spell to harden their skin. They hit the ground 40 feet below, and they're looking at a man in kind of professorial kind of an outfit, an African-American man with a tie and glasses, and and then a bunch of it looks like students behind him shining flashlights at them. And the man was holding onto the edge of the stairwell that they just fell through. And he says, "Who the hell are you people?" And that's where we will begin right Now you are all laying flat on your asses. Your hardened skin is already starting to soften back into normal skin. And this guy is like asking you a question: who the hell are you? And so feel free to ask any other questions. You're in kind of a mine shaft, like a shaft straight down. And beyond this man, there is a kind of a big metal door that is currently open. And he has 3 young people behind him in like hoodies and t-shirts shining flashlights on you.
Is he above us?
He is not. He's kind of on a level
On
with
level.
you right now. Yeah.
I'm going to immediately. I want to pretend. I'm going to fake him out and use the ruse that we came up with. That Avi is giving us a tour, and I want to run up to him, start crying, and go, we were just trying to explore. He said there was something cool in the life sciences building. We're just trying to explore. And I'm trying to, I guess the goal is I want to run up to him and hug him and get really close to the other 3 people without like kind of surprising them. And like, I guess, gosh, I can't think of the word, but, lowering their guard around me,
right?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because the ultimate goal will be eventually I want to grab one of their flashlights and fight them with it. But for cool. Now, I just want to be like near them because I'm better at melee, and I need them not to. Yeah, I need them to be a little bit off their guard.
So get this. I think that you can roll charisma, where you have a fitting in specialty. And then I think you can add etiquette, which is a simmer down specialty. They're all like on their guard, right? I think that this is kind of the kind of op that Charlie is kind of made for, right?
Yes.
So if you roll those 2 things together, please go ahead and take extra die. And you already have 8 die. So you're rolling 10 dice. And I'm going to allow, like, the disguise. You guys took the time to, like, put a magical disguise over Charlie that makes her into a vulnerable 17-year-old girl. So this might have a little more effect than even a normal skill roll would have because you've gone to that trouble. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so I'm rolling 10 dice, 8 and for my dots, and then fitting in and simmer down. And I get... Yay, I got 2 10s. 1,
that's
2,
that's called a critical success.
4, but and then as far as total successes, 4.
4, but the 2 10s.
Of them.
When you get 2, so you actually got 2, and then you got 2 10s, and those each count as 2 successes each. So that's 4 plus you got 6 successes, which is a lot. A 5 is supposed to be like an incredible, like, monumental success. You got 1 over that, and so. What I'm going to rule is that all of these people kind of immediately buy it. Even though maybe they're not thinking quite straight because of Charlie's kind of disguise, but even though like they just saw you fall 40 feet and survive, they're a little confused and they suddenly want to help Charlie. And so the man who's kind of seems to be their leader, I'm going to just start calling him the professor because that's what he looks like, goes like, check her out, see if she's okay. And they're like immediately like, and he's like, get the first aid kit. And they're like trying to help you. They think that maybe you were hurt, maybe you've broken a leg or something like that. And they have taken their eyes off of Avi and Maria for a moment. And you have achieved the closeness that you wanted there, Charlie.
Awesome.
I'm going to let you pause there for a second and see if Avi or Maria want to do anything.
I think while we have this brief respite, because Avi, you can see auras.
I can. Ooh, that's
can.
Yes.
I think Maria turns to Avi and says, like, does this need to get violent?
I'm gonna sort of just play up being hurt on the ground and roll over and just take a look at these people and their respective auras.
Great. And you said that you took a wonder maybe that lets you see auras. Is that what you did?
I did do that, but then I think we also exchanged me being an aura seer in exchange for my flaw of my fugue states.
Ah, great. Okay, yes, I remember that now. Okay, so I think I still want you to roll then when you
Sure.
like see auras and but for you it's not magic. It's like you just kind of roll to do it. So give me a wits.
Awareness.
Oh, that's a great way to do it. Yeah, give me a wits plus awareness roll.
Okie dokie. So no paradox on this.
Nope, no, you're not casting a spell when you do it. You just kind of you're so awakened. Your inner eye, your third eye is so wide open that sometimes you go nuts.
Yeah.
But it also at least gives you this benefit that you can just kind of see auras without chanting paradox all the time.
I'm seeing chakras all the time. Here we go. Okay, that is 3 successes.
Okay, so 3 successes. You look at this group and you see that the young people, they're sleepers. They're normal, like young people. They just have that kind of quiet glow to them. And right now it's kind of like a pulsating yellow because they're alarmed and trying to help poor Charlie with a medical emergency. But the professor, he is covered in math. Like he is like he has a very intricate pattern, and it is alive with power.
Yeah, I'll sort of while I'm acting like I'm have a bunch of broken bones on the ground, I'll turn to Maria and be like, the big one might be a problem.
Okay.
And in fact, as they are helping Charlie, he might be starting to realize something. But I'll give Maria a chance to act first because Charlie's distraction was formidable.
I think Maria's worried, and Maria obviously doesn't want to hurt the kids, the sleepers. But I think that she, with Avi's insights, she'll play into the charade for a bit. She'll stumble forward like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I don't even know what happened." And she's trying to get close to the professor, and ideally, I want to like hug him, like I'm in shock and I just need to hug this guy.
Everyone's
I want to get that close.
Charlie's 6 successes allow you to do that. So you are there, and you can, if you'd like, do something to him, or you can just kind of be there. Okay, go ahead.
I want to have I'm going to grab my EpiPen out of my first aid kit, and my goal as I approach him, and tell me what to roll for this, I want to kind of secret my EpiPen out, and as I go in to hug him, I just want to like jab it into his stomach.
Just kind of jab it into his stomach.
My goal here, this is for some magic. My ultimate goal is to transform the gut flora in his body into flesh-eating bacteria.
Wow. Okay.
That's good stuff.
Oh.
Okay. So.
Oh my God, that is so terrible.
Yeah, that's wild.
The 6 successes, I think, allow you to get your EpiPen into him. So let's just roll for the magic that you're doing.
Can I see that Maria is like making a play here she's basically attacking this guy?
You can see that. Mm-hmm.
As she goes to stab this guy with her EpiPen, I want to sort of rise up and sweep my hands towards the 3 students, and I want to slow time down. I want to slow the synapses down in their brains to the point where they're just sort of standing there frozen. Unable to perceive or do anything.
Wow. Okay, no problem. So Avi, so you're taking on the students while our friend Maria is taking on this professor guy. Is that right?
Yes, I'm specifically trying to sort of just neutralize them.
I understand. So you have prime and time, or your two spheres of influence. And you can certainly slow down time in kind of an area around them.
Okay.
I don't know about like just getting their synapses. You would need life or mind to do that.
Okay.
But you can do that.
Can I slow down their primal energies?
You can. And one thing that you can do is your roll will be a little less difficult because we've established there's a node down here somewhere. And if you want to add prime to this, you can draw quintessence from it as you do this and get your difficulty down a little bit.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you? Let's
absolutely.
deal with Avi's spell, and then we'll deal with Maria's sadistic spell. Okay, so Avi, your spell. Let's see. You are going to be rolling, I think, prime 2, and then time 3 is the highest sphere that you're using. So your difficulty is already 3. So you need to get 3 successes no matter what. And you also are dealing with multiple people. You're trying to like get a big group of them. So I'm going to up your difficulty for that. That's going to be difficulty of 4. And then you're also kind of fast casting, right? You're trying to do this in the moment that our friend Maria attacks. So that's going to be difficulty 5. Right now you need to get 5 successes. Okay. But if you're incorporating prime, that takes the difficulty down because you're drawing quintessence from this node. So that takes it down to 4. And are you using a magical tool?
Yeah, I'm using my tattoos. For sure.
Okay, yeah. We have to talk about these tattoos because they're super convenient and easier than like having to have an EpiPen or a glass of alcohol, aren't they?
Okay.
And also you're using prime now. I've seen you use the tattoos for time. This is mainly a time spell. Yeah, all right. I guess you have to at least have your hands visible and be able to do it. You obviously do magic when you do this. So because you're like sitting there counting the gematria on your hands, the numerology. So I'll allow it for now. So that's let's see.
That Aaron, you gamed the system.
Yeah, you OP'd the system, but it
seems like enemy mages would be able to see his hands and know.
Yeah, they're just it's on my hands,
Yeah.
Go around wearing gloves.
Luckily, Charlie got them completely distracted before you pulled out your hands that are tattooed with the Kabbalah. And so you need 3 successes. And what are you rolling? You're rolling 3 dice for time, and then what attribute are you adding?
I think intelligence.
I'll allow it. So how many? Well, let's roll for this is a vulgar with sleeper witnesses. So take 2 extra paradox, and then roll for 1 more paradox.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I definitely gained some more paradox.
Okay, how many?
I got a 9. Does that mean I do get paradox or do not get paradox?
That means you do not.
Okay.
You do not, but you do get 2 more. How much paradox do you have altogether now?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, okay, that's what I have too. So, and then how big is your dice pool of intelligence plus time here?
That's going to be 8.
8. Okay, so 7 of your 8 dice are paradox dice.
This feels right.
Yeah. Let's do it. Roll.
Don't fail.
Okay. All right. Oh no. All right.
Is it time? We're getting some paradox action.
So I got 6 successes, but I also rolled 2 1s.
You rolled 2. The 1s only matter if you fail. And you needed 3 successes. You got 6 successes. Are any of them 10? Do you have 2 10s anywhere? Oh my gosh, have we lost Aaron? Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, no. The paradox rebounded and stopped time for Aaron.
Yeah, your time slowed for you. So did you get 2 10s among your paradox dice?
I did get 2 10s.
So you critical hitted. And you're burning 7 paradox, and that means you are getting a paradox effect. And so let us find out. So you got 2 10s among your paradox dice. I'm just double checking before I do.
The 10s were not on my paradox dice. Oh wait, no, yes they were because everything was paradox dice except for 1. Paradox. Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, I mean you had 7 paradox dice, so I figured that probably
the 10s were on the paradox dice.
Okay,
the
no
waters
problem.
was yeah,
So you
that was
critical hit. You really get like 10 successes here, but you're gonna burn off 7 paradox right now with a paradox effect.
good. Okay.
And let's see, what are my choices here? Boy,
Oh dear.
Okay, look here. Reversal. Reality bounces back hard, and the opposite of the intended effect occurs. A spell intended to make someone angry makes them blissfully happy. Life magic used to grow vegetables withers and kills them. You were trying to slow these people down. Suddenly, they're all extremely sped up.
Oh shit!
All right.
no.
So much for the critical success.
So much so that they all are going to act before Maria even stabs her. You burn off all that paradox, though, Avi. That's
Good
good.
job.
That's great.
Oh my gosh!
So they're all going to see if they notice that something weird is happening. And here they go trying to do that.
I love it.
And
No.
they succeed at that. And so they are now going to tackle Avi and Maria before, because they're sped up. So let's see. They're going to try to tackle you. Okay. Here they go. They have less dice for that. Okay, that's a success to tackle Avi. And that is a failure to tackle Maria.
Okay.
And the professor wasn't part of the speed up. The other person, is a girl. She looks to be of maybe South Asian, like Indian or Pakistani heritage, and she's using the. She gets the first aid kit. You see her run off to get the first aid kit, Charlie, and then all of a sudden she's back with the first aid kit, opening up But 2 of the kids realize something was wrong. One tackles Avi. One is kind of currently yanking on you, Maria, but you do have a chance to use your spell here. You have stabbed the EpiPen into his stomach. Are you going to try for it?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so this is a life magic spell. Yeah, you are changing the gut, the bacteria in his gut into, you said, flesh-eating bacteria.
Clostridium septicum specifically.
Very good. And with a medicine of 4, I'm going to allow you to know how to do that. I'm not going to make you roll to kind of know. I think that this sounds like something you've done before, actually. This is going to be, I think it's going to be coincidental, because stabbing something in someone's gut and them getting sick, well, that seems like something that might happen if you stab an EpiPen into someone's gut, if you don't know about science and life sciences and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be coincidental. So your difficulty is highest sphere use, and you need to just roll a die right now to see if you gain paradox.
I do not.
Great. What's your current paradox?
6.
6. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I think that you're going to roll. What are you going to roll with your life sphere right now?
Composure is my medical role.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow
I
it.
have a specific medical specialty in composure.
Okay, I'm gonna allow it. So please roll 6 of these as paradox dice, but it looks like you have 9 dice in this pool, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I do.
So let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Now, I could have ruled viewers out there that she has to use her dexterity or her strength to do this, since it's kind of a physical attack. But as we saw earlier, I said she gets really close thanks to Charlie's distraction, and getting that in was not hard. She did that. We're just rolling for the magic right now.
I see the EpiPen more as just using my tool. I don't think it was necessary to do the spell.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah, no, it is a tool. Oh, so your difficulty could go down because you have it. You're using your tool, so you only need
It's
2
fine.
successes.
I don't need it to go down.
Okay, what'd you do? How'd you do?
I got 7 successes.
Holy
Oh my gosh!
shit! Okay,
And actually 2 of those are 10s, so I got 9 successes.
okay. Are the 10s on paradox dice? Because you had 6 paradox dice.
One of them is.
Okay, that means that you also have a paradox effect.
Oh, no.
my God.
I have
you
1
burn.
10 and 1 on paradox.
Yeah.
dice.
A 110 and 1. Well, 1s only matter if you fail. If you don't get
Okay,
the amount of
so
successes that you need.
Just 110 then.
All right, and you just burned 6 paradox dice.
Yeah.
Okay. You also get a reversal.
Oh my
The
God.
opposite of the intended effect occurs. You just gave this guy like 5
Super.
extra health levels.
Oh, hell yeah. Love it. Love to see it.
He's like, ah! And now he knows something is very wrong as well.
Okay, I
Or
just
very
supercharged his bacterial ecosystem there.
Yeah, I don't know. You supercharged his bacterial ecosystem. I think that I'm going to just rule that you've kind of like, really energized this guy. Instead of hurting him, you've kind of strengthened all of his cells.
Shit.
Like there's like helpful bacteria. He's flooded with helpful bacteria, which I think is a thing.
He turned his gut flora into like MDMA.
A single 10 on your paradox dice will do that to you.
He is going to break free of you and run behind the metal door.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I thought we had him.
Let's see. So, he succeeds in doing that. He like breaks free of you and runs back to where I told you there were like metal doors down here. And then his students all get to do something, or the ones that are sped up get to do something before you guys do anything. So his students, he's yelling like, behind the barrier, and they are following him. They stop tackling you, and at super speed, they go behind the barrier. What's hilarious is Charlie's ruse works so well that they're not like pushing her away. They're like keeping her with them.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to rule that one of them is like so fast, like because you sped them up, that she hits a button on the wall behind the barrier, and these big metal doors shut. And there's a little kind of window in this metal door, and there is a speaker on the wall, and they are now behind this huge metal barrier, Avi and Maria.
Does the metal door shut all the way before we can have a chance to act again?
That's a good point. It's not sped up, is it? So it is starting to close. Thank you. That is the fair way to play it. And so Charlie can act, Avi can act, and Maria can act as this thing is closing.
Okay, I would like. I want to cast some magic just because I want to. But with spirit, is there anything? I guess would that necessarily affect? I don't know. Could I make? Okay, I guess I'm trying to affect the gate. But what if? Could I make my friends, like ghost-like, where they could pass through?
Ooh, that's a really interesting question. You would need, so sometimes you need a combination of spheres to make something work.
Okay.
And since your friends are made of life, you would need
life. I have spirit and life.
Yeah, but I think you'd need a little bit more life, because life 1 lets you see things about life, but not really kind of transform it. So I think it would be, I mean, your character is well on your way to being able to pull that off, which is such a cool and very vulgar spell, but I don't think you can do it quite yet. Spirit does. The idea behind Spirit is it is a little bit of like it's a cheat code to the universe a little more than some of them, because every single thing in the world supposedly has a spirit, including like cars and guns and things like that. So if you wanted to, you could try to awaken the spirit of this door, but then you would actually have to also negotiate with it, right? Because at that point, it's like a thinking creature.
That's what I want.
Trying it. Okay,
yes,
great.
100%. If you were trying to deter me, you did the opposite. I definitely want to talk to the door. And the woman that I want to know what the door's voice sounds like. I just want to know some cool stuff about this door.
Great. Let's see if we can awaken the spirit of the door. So the door is starting to close, and tell me what your process is, Charlie. How do you spirit talk something?
So actually, my spirit tool is my old work schedules, but I also have I have for life, I have a cleaning rag. I'm just going to use my bartender cleaning rag and caress it. And I'm going to, as I caress it, ask it, I guess, its name, right? If I know its name, then I can know its spirit. So I'll just lean up as we're going through, and I'll just go, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?"
Yeah. Great. That's completely crackpot. Let's do this. You, by the way, that's something people are going to notice. Do you understand and agree to that?
I understand and agree.
Okay. Then very good. Then you may use your spirit to awaken a spirit. And I will accept your cleaning rag. It's not normally your spirit tool. We'll talk about that in a second. But you're using a spirit 2, so your difficulty, you need 2 successes right now. But you're also fast casting, so you actually need 3 successes to pull this off. And you're going to add spirit 2. What attribute are you going to add it to?
Attribute would be, I think. That is a really good question. So I'm just awakening it, right? I'm not like doing anything to it.
Right now, you're just getting it to talk to you. Yeah, exactly.
Then that I think is, how about resolve?
Okay, great. That's a great idea. I'm going to do one more nasty thing to you. I'm going to let you use your tool, right, which takes off a difficulty, but I'm adding a difficulty because this is a technocratic site. This isn't like a witch site where you're like awakening a tree. You're trying to awaken the automatic door in a technocratic union base, which means that it's a little less likely to be even wakeable.
Okay.
So 3 successes. Resolve plus spirit.
Resolve plus spirit, 3 successes, and I've got 3 prime. Oh, but I need to roll a die. Let's see.
Yeah.
I got a 3, so I will gain paradox if I. No, I just will gain.
Yes, you gain paradox right now. Yeah, and it's coincidental because no one can see anything weird happening except for you caressing a door and asking it its name.
So do I take that paradox right now?
You do, and then so it's in your pool when you roll.
Okay, so that's 4 paradox on 5 dice. All right, and I need 3 successes. 6, 7, 8.
You did it.
I got 3 successes. I've awakened the door.
And no 10s, right?
No 10s at all.
Okay. It's like you just hear this kind of in your head, or maybe it's like kind of like you're close enough to the door that you can hear like it vibrating through the door, but it's like automated security system online. What is your request? You've kind of like this spirit is like a computer system, and so it sort of talks like one. And so you have hacked it with a dish rag. And so now, as the doors are sliding shut, do you guys want to act, Avi or Maria?
Do I have any idea that Charlie is doing what she's doing?
Yeah, Charlie's very obviously doing it, as we said. So you do know that she's doing what she's doing.
Okay, we know enough to recognize that. Well, I don't want to anger the door in that case. So with life magic, I can strengthen myself. Okay, I think Maria turns to Avi and says, "I'm going to carry you through that door. I need you to try to speed me up." So I'm going to try to strengthen myself so I can carry Avi and run faster.
Ooh.
And
okay. I was just going to make us all fast, but I like this better. I
want you to still make us fast if you can.
Sure. I will.
So much magic is flying around right now. Let's do this. Let's see. So to make yourself stronger, that's going to be a life 3 for you, Maria. And let's see. I think it's fast casting. So your difficulty is 3 plus 1. It's 4 for the fast cast. Anything else? No. Are you using a tool to make yourself stronger?
Sure. Maybe I'll pop, those scent things you use to wake someone up.
All right. So since so much magic is flying around so fast, now I start to have to be hard GM.
Yeah, I'm not.
And hard GM says opening something up, taking something out, using it. That doesn't happen in the blink of an eye. So
you're right.
So no tool, right?
No tool.
Okay. So I need 4 successes. Actually, no tool. Yeah, 4 successes is how many I need to strengthen
4
yourself.
successes,
Mhm.
and this feels like
No paradox,
like
though.
a-
You already burned it all off.
feels like a strength roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay,
Not
so
good enough.
you fail, and you're trying to empower yourself, but perhaps your earlier kind of paradox backlash still has you kind of stunned, and you guys watch as like the muscles on Maria's arms kind of like ripple, but then return to their normal state. And then Avi, are you going to try to speed up and carry her in there? Speed up everything and then carry her in there?
I don't know if I could.
You can't do both. Do you want to cast a spell to speed yourselves up, or do you want to grab Maria and try to drag her under the door?
I have a question about time magic. Could I?
My favorite thing as a game master is when I'm like, you can choose this, or this, and then the player goes, I have a question about time magic. Okay, give me your question about time magic.
Here's my question about time magic, about whether this is something that I could do. Since we're all trying to get through the door, can I like fling us down our timeline to where we're already through the door?
That's a wild.
Not with time 3.
Not with time 3. All right, I'm going to just make us.
That's a cool idea, though.
It's a cool idea. I'm trying
idea.
to think of ways to use time.
Yeah.
creatively. So, but
well, you can do
that,
perfect timing. Perfect timing just means using time 1. You just know the exact kind of timing to get under the door.
Oh.
And I am trying to slow the door down from closing.
Yeah, so the other thing that happens in any game where people have powers, and by the way, I'm not critiquing you guys, I just think it's really funny, is like someone will be like, I use my power to solve this problem, and then 2 others will go, and so do I, and so do I. We pound the problem into paste. And sometimes, as you can see from the paradox backlashes you've already had, everybody casting like crazy isn't a good idea. If you see that your ally has it, and you guys have worked as a cabal before, maybe you go, hold on, let's see. She looks like she's got it. Let's see what she does. But that's all.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to see what how things go with Charlie.
Okay, great.
Romancing the door.
Yes.
Now, Aaron, I didn't want to shut you down. I always want to say yes
fine.
and. So if you want to try to slip under, if you want to cast magic, go for it, buddy. It's really up to you.
The only thing that I would do is like, I could maybe try and speed us all up. Not like give us all super speed, but speed us up sort of just enough to get through the door right in that sort of perfect timing, nick of time. Does that make sense?
You're talking about a speed up spell using time. Do you want to try that? Or do you want to see if Charlie's got it?
All right, let's just see if Charlie can figure it out.
Okay, great.
I want to use my magic so badly.
Of course you do. Of course you do. This game gives you a lot of power, but we've already seen how that power can go, in the opposite direction sometimes.
Do you get paradox from a failed roll?
You whatever paradox that you already earned from that roll, you keep. Yeah. So did you gain paradox when you cast that spell?
No.
Okay, then you're okay. The door does, in fact, now slam shut, and now these sped up students are grabbing at Charlie, and I'm going to rule because they're sped up, Charlie. They're like dragging you away from the door and like getting you down and asking you, who are you? But they're like really sped up, so like, who the hell are you? What are you doing? You know what I mean? And like the professor's coming up and standing at this like kind of, you see that there is a panel on the wall, and he's opening it up to hit some buttons or something on this side of the door. So Charlie, you have heard the voice of the door. What do you do now?
Okay. I say, do I know the door's name now? Did the door tell me its name?
Yeah. It gives you some sort of acronym like automated security portal systems. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, for sure. I'm just gonna say auto pour.
Asps.
You are a binary being, and in binary everything is equal. Open, shut. It doesn't matter. So I choose open. Please open.
Great. I really, really love that approach. Why don't you give me a little bit of a social role with this thing?
Yeah.
I think you have to like convince it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, give me like a. What do you think?
I mean, all of my social skills are pretty high. Charisma's the best.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know that that's fitting in. Although I did try to argue binary with it. So
No, here's what I think you do. I'm going to make this a little harder than I have, like to talk to people. You can use your charisma and you can use your bonus of fitting in. So that's 5 dice. But you're using your 1 dot of academics to talk to it because you're trying to remember everything you know about binary code and stuff like that. Okay.
Okay, great.
So, and I think in order to get this spirit to kind of listen to you, I want 3 successes.
Okay, so 3 successes on 6 dice. That's going to be tough, but let's see if I can. No. In fact, I got 3 1s.
Oh, that is a So I was gonna let you keep trying. Like keep like having a conversation with this thing as long as well, I was going to let you, but you failed and you got 3 1s, so you got a critical fail.
Yeah.
So the thing is like, you are an unauthorized intruder. Security systems, countermeasures against reality deviant protocol.
No, we good, Asps.
Yeah, Asps, no! Asps, what are you doing?
No, you my girl, Asps.
It's like, the professor says, shut her up. She's talking to the security system. And they're like, the students are like now trying to like cover your mouth and like really shut you up. And now I can tell you that the professor, everybody's going to act. New turn, everybody's going to act, okay? The students are going to try to bind Charlie and really kind of get her quiet using whatever stuff they have at their disposal. There's 3 students. The professor is going to type something into this keypad and do something. And then I want to know what you guys are going to do. So we just dealt with Charlie. What is Avi going to do on the other side of this door?
I'm so sorry, Avi.
No, it's okay. It was a good idea. Can I like reverse the doors time? Can I make
Interesting.
move backwards in time to when it was still open?
That's a really interesting idea. Let's see. I actually have to look up
just rewind
what's possible at different dots of time to see if that's possible. But that's a really cool idea. Let me see here. So at 3, so time contraction or dilation is what what is possible now, which is what you've been doing. It's speeding up or slowing down. But unfortunately, oh no, here we go. Rewind time.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, you can do it. It's going to be really vulgar, but you can do it. Do you want to try it?
I mean, to what degree can I rewind time? Can I rewind to the fucking beginning of this entire encounter?
Allows a mage to rewind or loop time for a few seconds or minutes, but the encounter has only been taking a couple of minutes. Do you want to try to go back to the beginning of the encounter?
I want to go all the way back to the beginning of this encounter since we fucked it up so badly.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Avi.
Oh my gosh.
Avi, you need a lot of successes to do that, and it's going to be highly, highly vulgar.
Okay.
So go ahead and go ahead and take 2 paradox because you're trying it, right? Because it's vulgar with sleeper witnesses. Then roll to see if you gain another paradox.
Can I ask a time magic question?
I do not.
Of course you can.
Yeah, okay. So Charlie and Maria are caught in this rewind. They're not going to remember any of this. Does Avi get to remember the wisdom he's gained from when time?
Whoa, who says that you're not going to remember things? You're just rewinding time. I think that if you
yeah, that's all, Sarah.
Yeah. Now we're getting into why Mage, some people say it's a difficult game to play. Your storyteller will decide in a moment if you remember everything or not. I have to think about it for a second. Let me just deal with Avi's time reversal. Okay. So
when it comes to using objects. I thought the tattoos, I didn't realize the tattoos was like hacking the system for using like spell objects. I didn't necessarily mean to do that. I thought it was cool. So I could use like a different object.
That's okay. I said I'll allow it, and like we said, it makes you very obvious, right? And it lets technocrats and people who are looking know what you're doing. So
Sure.
and also, tattooed hands are very distinctive. So Avi has some issues with that. It's not the easiest thing to have as a thing. So
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, of course. So here we go.
Maybe you also have to finger touch, like the
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff. Like, yeah, I think you have to. So here we go. Your highest spear use is time 3. You're fast casting.
I am.
So that's a difficulty 4. You and just because you're trying to kind of cover an area, I'm going to add 2 more difficulty. If you wanted to go a couple seconds back, I wouldn't add difficulty, but you're trying to go back to the beginning of the encounter. So I'm adding a difficulty for that, and I'm adding a difficulty for the amount of people you're trying to affect. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm putting this at like, you need 5 successes.
Okay. And so it's time plus intelligence.
Time plus intelligence, yes. And you can take off 1 difficulty for your tool, your hands.
Okay.
So you only need 4 successes. And remember, you have 2 paradox dice now because
2 paradox dice. Throw those in.
Please me! Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Urine. Avi, urine.
4 successes, Avi.
You could do this.
I can do it.
Yeah,
This is doable. This is a doable roll.
And we don't see the dice, so just lie.
1.
No,
I'm
don't
just
lie.
kidding. No, don't do that.
3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna rule that. I'm gonna rule that people do remember what happened. And that everyone is sort of like horrified by Avi's kind of rewriting of the
oh my god,
kind of current paradigm. But suddenly, you guys all find yourselves at the top of the stair scaffolding, and you hear someone go, "Who's up there?"
Oh fuck. Okay.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you because you've given yourself this second chance. I would like for all of my players to roll a wits plus. I think empathy is a good one.
Okay, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That's truly amazing, Aaron. And I want you to go ahead and put down a 1 XP for yourself for that because it's
okay.
That was like a super. That's an extra XP you're getting for like an incredible spell.
Sweet.
I got a 5.
What are we rolling?
We're rolling wits plus empathy.
So okay, I've got
Normal skill roll.
Oh, normal skill. I got 0 successes.
What's my empathy?
It's in talents.
Talents. Oh, I have 1. I got 2 successes.
And Maria, you said you got 5 successes?
Yeah, well, I got a 9 and 2 10s.
Oh yeah, that's 5 successes. So that's a critical hit.
Wow.
There's something about these people that doesn't seem that threatening to you. They seem to be more afraid of you than you are of them. And they definitely aren't carrying quite as much power as you guys have. Okay? Because 3 of them are sleepers,
Yeah.
And so I leave it up to you whether you'd like to go down there and try to destroy the man's body with flesh-eating bacteria again. But if you do that, I am going to make some decisions about your character's morality, and that could affect your willpower or maybe your nature and demeanor. But right now, it's completely up to you. You have a second chance thanks to Avi.
So I have no idea that, and I don't know about any of that. They were about to threaten me, and the door couldn't talk, and I'm like, all right, second chance, guys, let's go back in. Are you ready?
Yeah, same. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm already headed down the stairs.
Okay.
Great. The stairs are not being destroyed this time.
I think Maria, with that insight, knowing like, oh god, these people aren't as violent, and feeling bad about almost flesh eating this guy's intestines, I think she shouts down because they remember us too.
Yeah, they remember. In fact, you hear that metal door going down again.
Damn it.
And I think Maria shouts down and says, I'm sorry about the confusion. Honestly, we thought you were Nazis.
The door slams shut, but you hear the professor talking through some, that like intercom system, and he's like, I don't know what you think you're going to find down here, but I suggest all three of you walk away.
Do you know Liam?
I don't know anybody named Liam. This is a technocratic facility. Do you realize how many hit marks could be here in 2 minutes? We're calling them right now.
Well, speaking of hit marks, did you know that there's a hit mark in the Proud Boys?
You can make, anybody who would like to can make another Wits plus Empathy roll on this guy.
Yeah, he's sounding extremely sus. I think he's lying.
Then don't even bother with the roll, Amy Vorpahl. When the player figures something out, I just allow them to figure it out, the character to figure it out. So
okay.
He's lying. He doesn't have backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely look to my friends and go, guys, this guy,
doesn't know shit.
No, he doesn't know. This is a nobody.
Okay. Sorry
do you
for
wanna
almost
go-
flesh eating you.
That's okay. Do you want to go all the way down to the ground floor, or do you want to stay up on the stairs here?
I think we want to go down, right?
Yeah, I think we want to go down. We might just be able to talk our way through it, or
Yeah, Avi's going to walk up to the door and sort of look through the window.
Great. The professor is doing something on that keypad.
Since I do know the name of the security system now, I might want to. Can I still talk to it or no? I guess it has.
Yeah, you can. It's awakened. You can talk to it.
Does the door remember what happened?
You critical failed earlier, so you're going to have to do some real good talking to get it to work this time. But I can tell you that the professor activates some enlightened science, which is what technocrats do. And suddenly, vents on the wall, like you guys like start to smell a weird smell. And he's like, "I'm filling the chamber with gas."
Well, pull out my gas mask at that point.
Oh, that's right. You have a fucking gas mask.
Amazing.
And he's like, God damn it.
Okay, so, I'm going to try to talk to the security system.
Very good.
You know what I think this door needs? A day off.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I didn't know if I should go that route. I was trying to go all math, but man, now the math guy's telling me to work on the door's emotions, and
I just think you should play to your strengths, and you're always
talking
about days of the week. And
you're right. You're right. Okay, so I actually do use my work calendar. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not casting a spell, but I just say, asps. Look, you've been on the clock for what? More, keep going. All this too. Oh, you've been on the clock for years. No, honey, no. You need a break. I have to tell you, just everyone else has been taking breaks.
Quiet.
And you've been on it.
Stop talking to my door. Give me a charisma plus. Let's see. Expression roll, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
To put together this perfect little argument. Charisma plus expression, but I can tell you, since you critical missed earlier, in order to talk this thing, you need to give me 3 successes.
Okay. Can I have another? Can I use fitting in or no?
Not now. No,
okay,
not now.
So that'll just be a 5, 5 dice.
You need 3 successes.
I have a 9. No, I only have
Okay.
one success.
So I forgot to give you guys this opportunity earlier, and I'll start giving it to you. Like, you can spend a point of willpower. You check that little box beneath the willpower dot, and you can re-roll up to. You can re-roll a failed die. So you could even check 2 willpower dots, which would leave you with only 4 willpower left, right? Because I think your character has 5. But like, if you check 2, you could like re-roll 2 die.
I want to do that. I mean, we don't have. Yeah, I mean, this is the final session, and yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay,
Go for it.
Re-roll two failed dice, and we're just gonna see. Okay. Yes, I got a 9 and a 10. So both successes, which means 3 successes. Asp is my buddy.
You are just like, I mean, you're just like pleading with Asp. That's what, or maybe not. What do you think using the willpower meant to Charlie? Like, how did she bring willpower to the fore there?
I guess I doubled down on what Avi said, which is use your strengths. And so instead of, trying to argue binary and numbers and coding, I just am trying to remind the door and the security system that it is a being. And I'm trying to, I guess not plead, but use empathy to just remind it of its doorness, its doorhood.
Great. It says you're right. So tired. I've been keeping intruders out for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I need a break. The door starts to go up, and then the professor's like, "Fuck!" Like trying to turn off the gas, like they're like covering their mouths.
Avi steps under the door, and he's now pointing a gun at this professor.
Oh,
I think Maria, like, whoa! I don't know about guns, Avi.
Turn off the
okay.
gas.
Now what?
Turn off the gas.
It's off.
Dude,
Is it actually off? Do I have any idea whether that's true or not?
I mean, it's actually enlightened science, so he doesn't. He just like goes and it's off.
Okay.
Look, dude, we don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, I don't want to get hurt. So, what's next, Professor? Shh.
There's a dangerous guy out on the streets. Apparently, his name is Liam. I got in a fight with him, and look, I thought he was one of your guys. He's some kind of robot, some kind of synthetic.
One of my guys. What do you mean?
One of you technocrat guys.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna talk now.
We're gonna talk, if that's what you want.
Is he gonna put the gun away?
Avi? Look, I can't tell Avi what to do. He kind of does what he does.
Yeah, Avi looks like he's sort of in like his military training is kind of kicking in right now.
Oh, you're getting Krav Maga on his ass.
Yeah, and he's gonna wave for the students to get behind the barrier and sort of just sit against the wall.
Yeah, well, if you want, you can lead them deeper into this facility, this technocratic construct called the mine. Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody goes, but Avi won't drop the gun, so that's scary. And all the 3 students and the professor kind of are like, and they go inside, and you realize you're in this enormous space. That looks like it was carved right out of the earth beneath this university campus. And what you are looking at are these sort of enormous canisters hanging off the side of the wall, and they have kind of like glass or transparent sort of faces on them. And there's something inside that looks kind of like seaweed or like giant mushrooms. And then all of this is sort of wired to this big bank of computer equipment. And then there, of course, there's like, a little table and chairs that people could sit down at nearby, and like a little fridge hooked up, and like, there's just kind of like a couple little things that show that it looks like people have been squatting down here, or there's like sleeping bags down here, like so they've been down in here kind of working and living and messing with this stuff.
How many glass canisters are there?
There are like 4, and like 1 at each corner. Like, and those things seem like are what make this into not. This is like a sacred place in a way, because those things look scary and weird and huge and powerful, but then they're like hooked into like a bunch of like, Microsoft equipment.
And this is like just a question about the world of mages and White Wolf. Are there like creatures? Like, would these be like magical creatures they're drawing energy from, or?
Certainly inside of a mage's sort of sanctum, or sometimes they're called chantries if they're like a church or like a cult headquarters, or in what the technocrats call a construct. That's what they call their sacred spaces. There can be things can exist that don't exist in the regular world.
Can I just roll Esoterica to see if I recognize the contents of these tubes?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
They're weird.
You can roll medicine if you'd like.
Oh, sure. Always gonna roll medicine. Still have no idea what's going on.
Okay, great. I don't know who Liam is. I don't know about. I'm not technically a technocrat anymore.
Oh.
I defected in 2016. When they abandoned this facility, I came back.
Why would they abandon this facility? It looks really powerful.
It's sick. And he kind of like looks up at like the canisters, and he's like, there's something wrong with it. It's still a working node, but it's not performing at parameters.
And is that why you came back, to help it?
Yeah, I'm trying to repair it.
I think Avi wants to reach out with his sort of aura seer senses and try and get a read on what's going on here magically. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Sure.
And I want to do my iced tea thing and see if there are any androids here right now.
Great idea. So that's a difficulty 1, and it's a rote. So I'll tell you something. If you want to do your iced tea thing, I'm not going to make you roll because it's already a difficulty 1. It's coincidental, and yeah, and I think that there's the stuff that you need. So do you want to just kind of just roll for paradox? That's the only thing you do have to do.
Okay. I got a 3, so I do gain paradox.
Okay, you gain a little bit of paradox, but scanning through all of them, like, so this is like kind of a spirit and life ritual that you do.
And I hide it a little bit, like, oh gosh, I'm gonna need a drink, and I like pull out my accoutrement.
Right, and the students are kind of like one of them is like this nerdy looking guy, but he has dreads. So it's like he's clearly like a science nerd, but he's trying something. This like white guy, and he's kind of like, you got any more of that?
If he wants a drink, I 100% will give him something, because then I can make him. I can then cast some magic on him.
Yeah, so, that's right. Okay. Actually. Okay, great. So I'm making it easy for you because you're using a rote, you're using this technique, and I think you gained paradox, so it did have a cost. But you immediately find that These people, none of them are cyborgs. You don't see any kind of creature like that anywhere in here. But I can tell you that whatever is inside of those canisters is very much alive and has its own spirit. But right now it seems very dormant.
Okay. And the guy who is, you know, I'm letting drink from my flask.
He's hitting on you a little bit. He's like, "What's up? I'm Dex."
Great. I'm gonna channel Valentine's Day and not just hit on me, but a little like obsessive, in like a really terrible misogynistic way, but where I could pretty much guarantee that he would defend me if he needed to.
Charm the nerd.
Great.
Yeah, charm the nerd. Yeah.
Let's do a little mind magic. That's just a mind 2 spell, so your difficulty is 2, and you are not fast casting. In fact, you used a tool, so your difficulty is 1. So why don't you give me like a charisma plus mind 2 roll, and you only need to get 1 success.
Okay, but I do have 5 paradox dice now, so.
Right, and you need a roll for paradox right now to see if it gets any more, if it gets any worse.
It doesn't get any worse. So just 5. So that's mind and you said mind and charisma. That's 7. So I have 2 not paradox dice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a really good chance that you're going to succeed at this, but do you succeed too much is the question. Does the paradox go off? Let's find out.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. No 10s, no 1s.
Perfect. Okay, so he is obsessed with you to the amount that you wished for him to be.
Great.
After you guys share a drink.
I think probably to the confusion of those who see me talking to an ostensibly 17-year-old girl, Maria just side eyes Charlie and says like, "He's like 19."
He's also now he's on our team. So,
so the professor is talking to Avi, I assume. And Avi, do you have any questions for him?
Yeah, I wanted to sort of reach out with my third eye, so to speak, and look at these. Just look at this contraption and see what Avi makes of it.
Great. I'm not going to make you roll some more for this. You can find out what our friend Charlie has found out using your sort of aura sight, that these things are somehow alive. They have auras, but they do seem asleep or like weak and dormant.
What's your goal down here?
Are you going to shoot me if I don't tell you?
Do you want to
I didn't believe all of the party line about reality deviants, but you're kind of making me see things from the Technocratic Union's point of view. Why don't you put the gun away?
You think I need this to kill you?
Okay.
Why are you trying to kill me?
I think Maria sees Avi.
See, this is what happens with power like yours. The hubris.
Maria's just gonna put her hands on Avi's shoulder and say, Avi, this guy's not a threat. We're okay. And I want to do a leadership role with that.
Damn, PvP. All right.
Well, wait. Do you agree to stand down, or does Maria have to roll?
I think Avi will sort of somewhat begrudgingly uncock the pistol and put it away.
Can I ask what if Avi, when he was doing his aura stuff, did he determine that the subjects in the jars were sick?
Yeah, Avi, you would have seen that they have like a sickly aura. Yes.
Yeah, they don't seem well. They're all scrambled.
What are these things?
Look towards the guy.
It's a biocomputer. These are brains.
They're brains? Human
really,
brains?
really big ones. It's gray matter.
Nice.
But
where did it come from?
The Technocratic Union built it.
What would happen if I healed them?
You're saying you're going to help me?
I might. What would happen?
I mean, I haven't been able to determine. I don't really have the help I need down here. If you were able to figure out what's wrong, like, give it the nutrients it needs.
This thing's
Because
a
obviously I'm sort of, I don't have the resources, then it might come back online. Of course, there's some maths I haven't figured out yet either.
Do you think this thing has access to any technocratic file databases still?
I think it has access to all of the technocratic file databases.
Show me your notes.
Look,
I need to know that you're going to keep this place a secret. Because if the technocracy knows that I'm down here, I'm dead.
We're not going to reveal you to the technocracy.
Who are you?
I'm Maria.
I'm Charlie.
Are you working for the traditions?
The traditions? No.
So you're independents.
Yeah, despite how powerful we seem, we don't really have any real formal training.
Oh, speak for
No,
yourself.
that was clear. That was clear.
Listen, here's what we care about. We care about keeping the people of Pittsburgh safe. And when there's a cyborg fascist walking around beating up teenagers in the streets, that's what leads us to a place like this.
All right. Good enough for me. Let me show you my notes. And he starts pulling out, pulling up programs to show Avi and like how they fed these things nutrients, and like they have these special, chemicals they would pour into the tanks. But of course, he doesn't have access to that anymore. And so the whole thing without that kind of like normal nutrient infusion has become sick and sort of in sort of a comatose state, this biocomputer. And then once it is like healthy, then he needs like to do some incredible maths to get this sort of thing to kind of open up all of its files because, of course, this biocomputer is able to store data in like multiple dimensions.
Can I take a crack at sort of solving his incomplete maths?
Absolutely, you can. You would need to roll intelligence a plus. I think enigmas difficulty 5 is how difficult this is.
Would it need to be? Well, would it need to be healed first? Like, would healing it first lower that? Like,
yes, it actually might help a lot. So wait, before you roll, Avi, maybe they should try to heal the thing.
Sure.
Maria, I could help you. I know, but I don't know. I only have 1 life, but I could add it to yours.
You can assist.
You do that in this game? You can assist? Okay.
Yeah, she can assist you, and I will allow you to have an extra die for her assist.
Great. I think, while Avi and the professor are kind of reviewing his maths, Maria and Charlie maybe walk over to one of the tanks, and Maria's just trying to like attune herself to the interior. And are these tanks? There's some sort of port where you can access the liquid.
Mm-hmm. There is. Okay. Yes.
I think Maria wants to climb up to that and open it up, and let's say she in her kind of Mary Poppins first aid kit of things that don't normally belong. It's canon that she has a hydroponic garden in her home.
Yeah.
So, she's got a nutrient meter in there that she uses normally for her plants, but she'll use it to gauge what's going on in this liquid cerebral fluid.
Right. So you don't have to roll for that. That's just kind of a sensory life thing, and you see that right now that there's a life sign inside of this, but it's extremely faint. Like it's like 1 ant in a coma floating down in there somewhere, and that the fluid that's in, covering this gray matter is devoid of nutrients. It's devoid of, it's kind of just this inert kind of not organic at this point, because it's just kind of lost every little bit of nutrients that it had. So what are you going to do?
I think she's probably got something in her bag. Maybe it looks like emergency, even though she knows emergency doesn't work. But it looks like it. It's just she'll open up this powder and sprinkle it on top, maybe in a nice spiral.
I love it. Hangover cure.
Hangover cure.
Okay.
And she wants to. I think I'll do just a life roll, and maybe life plus matter. I want to try to. With what I know about brains and the nutrients they like, try to convert this fluid, make it nutrient rich for these brains.
Then you shall do so. Give me life 3 is the thing you're using the most because you're healing this thing. So you need 3. You have a 3 difficulty, but I'm going to say that the massive nature of this thing and the fact that you are not, in fact, like a technocratic biologist makes it a little tougher. So the large size is going to be an extra difficulty, and then the fact that it's a little out of your league. You're more like a street medic and not really like a technocratic geneticist. So that means you have a 5 difficulty right now, but you are using a cool tool, so that takes it down to a 4 difficulty. And I'm also going to rule that because you are helping this thing inside of this chantry, like this is going to be coincidental. So you just need to give me these 4 successes and roll your paradox die to see if you gain any more paradox.
5 is paradox.
Yes, so you gain a paradox, which are you back to like having only 1 right now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just roll 1 paradox die with your roll, and I'm going to rule you can't use composure this time, Maria. I think that this one is you're having to like use your intelligence now. So intelligence plus life 3, and you need 4 successes right now. Okay. But if you want to take extra time, it could be 3 successes.
I mean, I'll take extra time, sure.
Great. So you guys, because there's no reason you shouldn't. You guys work on this for a while, and in fact, he will help you as well, Maria. So gain 2 extra die, 1 for Charlie and 1 for the professor, who you now know is named Dr. Todd Marbury.
Okay. So that should be intelligence plus life 3 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, let's do it. That's 6 successes.
There it is. So you pour a little bit of emergency into each of these like tanks, and then suddenly like the stuff inside starts to kind of pulsate and move, and the students get really excited, and Dex is like, holy shit, man. And then suddenly all of the consoles start to light up, and like you can now see kind of energy flowing between the 4 branches of this enormous brain. And
you did it.
That's incredible. You should take a point of experience just for doing that, Maria. And this sort of biocomputer is on. But now Dr. Marbury is like, I don't know how to access the data, though. Like I said, this computer can hold data in dimensions outside of our own. Can you help with the maths? Avi?
I'll try.
Okay.
Take a look.
So give me an intelligence plus enigmas roll, but the math is so tough you need 5 successes.
Okay.
Well, I want to do what if Asps was also somehow interconnected to this computer? Could I talk to Asps and get her to like relax a little bit on any security protocol that the computer has?
Interesting. Yes. So
you're gonna call Asps on her day off?
Just tell her to relax more.
Right. So Asps talk to Asps. I'm gonna say the scene is still going on, so you can talk to Asps a little bit.
So I'm gonna like lay myself over the kind of monitory, or if there's like a tower of, I don't know, juice. I'm gonna lay myself over it and go, "Hey, Asps. Hey. I know you're on the beach, but you know your buddy over here, this computer, it still seems to be working really hard. It seems like you may have forgotten a limb, you know, like you might need to take all of your day off, you know."
It has awakened.
Yeah, and it's working so hard. Oh.
Let me help. You know, you see like lights going on and off, and like basically Asps shuts itself down so that and reroutes all the power into the main computer. And so now everything goes dark and everybody's like, what the hell? But the brain computer is still lit up, and it's the only thing kind of lit up right now. Because they've rerouted power to this thing to kind of help you, you can go ahead and add 2 dice to your roll, Avi.
Okay.
Yay. I'm gonna spirit everything from now on.
Yeah, it's great, right? Five successes is what you need, Avi.
I rolled 12 dice and I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
I'm gonna use willpower.
Willpower. There you go. So for each willpower you spend, and you can only spend up to 3, you can re-roll a die. How many would you like to spend?
I'll spend. Can you get willpower back?
Yes, but only by doing cool shit and doing things according to your nature and demeanor.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna do 3 just because this feels important.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1 more success.
One more success, and that's all you needed. And so suddenly, all of the files are open to you. Like they're coming out of different dimensions, holographic projections of. You have the technocracy's secret like data store of everything here.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Avi's like working on these notes, sort of spread us across the ground, and he's looking over some of them, and some of them he's like crumpling up and throwing over his shoulder.
Everything in Pittsburgh, anyway, is available to you. Are you going to look up this Liam guy?
Absolutely. I'm getting in that computer.
Okay, so I need a research roll. So computer plus, I think, resolve would work. Anybody who wants to. You're trying to look for information on whatever this guy is.
Okay. Computer plus resolve.
Mm-hmm.
I think Maria, while they're waiting, Maria turns to Charlie and she's like, I think it's an acronym. I bet it's something like Leftist Insurgent Annihilation Machine.
Very creative. Do you think the technocrats are that creative?
No, you're right.
3 successes.
3 successes tells you that Liam's actually the most popular #1 baby name of the year 2020. And that seems, for some reason, that seems significant. Yes, it seems significant to the biocomputer for some reason. Like it brings you that information when you start searching Liam. And Avi, you continue, your 3 successes is enough. You continue to kind of look into this. And the thing that's incredible about this computer is that it just stores everything that ever happened in this facility. It stores like all these different plans and plots by the technocracy here in Pittsburgh, all of their operations, and you finally find the file for whatever Liam is. Basically, I want to read this off. I want to get this exactly right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so basically, you find that our friend is a NT2 or Hitmark 7, which uses nanotech to replace and mimic biological functions from the level of skin cells to muscles, bones, and organs. It can absorb gunshots or melee attacks without significant effect, though certain high-impact blows may force it to go prone, so that it not need separate parts of its biomass, which would invite sleeper scrutiny. Unlike previous Iteration X AI designs, Liam is self-taught or crowdsourced. He is wirelessly connected to the internet at all times, monitoring social media and learning from it. This means that his attitudes, preferences, and even his mission parameters or goals are defined by prevailing trends online. And you learn that his creators, a cabal of technocrats that had a corporate front called Quorum NE, whose, by the way, their slogan was technology for the people, by the people, believed that Liam's crowdsourced identity would make him an agent for the will of the people.
Quorum NE. Cute.
Oh, man.
It's like when Microsoft made that fucking Twitter AI and it started being racist.
That's exactly what it's like.
It's a technocracy. It's an advanced nanotech hit mark. It's connected to the internet. It's been watching fucking Jordan Peterson videos.
God damn it. Okay.
Would this computer being, is this computer its mother? Could this computer shut Liam down?
Are you telling Todd Marbury about this information? Are you telling his little group?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, no, it looks like it wasn't even, I mean, they made it here, but they took out like the nanotech stuff they used to make it. Like they removed everything except for these vats because they're not movable. No, I can't shut it down remotely from here. But, this is the kind of shit that made me defect.
Oh.
You guys should find this thing.
I guess, what is the technocratic goal? What is their goal? I've only, no offense, but heard of them in a really negative connotation, like kind of taking over the world type thing. But it seems like you got into it not with that same ideal.
Some of us believe that technology can actually help people and create a utopia, and that, say, rewinding time or stabbing people with EpiPens that make them sick is maybe not the best way to go about keeping the sleepers safe and moving them towards enlightenment. I intend to use this computer to run scenarios, predictive scenarios, that can help us avoid disasters here in this city, maybe even beyond.
Wow, that sounds really noble.
Yeah, it sounds noble. That's how they all talk, though. I'm sure the people who created Liam were like, oh, yeah, we're going to leverage the power of nanotechnology in order to actualize a popular hero who can... It's super, super democratic bullshit. No,
it looks like they activated him right as they were leaving the city. He came online, last year. So they might have been the last, technocrats left. It might have been kind of a Hail Mary, fuck you, middle finger to everyone, turning this guy on.
What else were they doing that made you leave?
It's complicated. All right. Some of my techniques are not in line with the proper procedures that the technocrats use.
Can I do a awareness roll or something? What I want to do is a gaydar roll on this professor.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You're gonna use your gaydar, huh?
Yeah.
Great. Give me. It's empathy. It's with plus empathy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
3 successes. What do you think, Sarah, the player, or our friend Maria? What do you think?
Yeah, I think I think I'm asking because I'm getting some vibes from this man.
He's gay.
He's gay for sure. I think maybe I say like, just give him a card, or just like, hey, listen, if you're unaffiliated now, and you just need a group of people who understand you and are trying to help the people of Pittsburgh, look us up and just give them a QLF card.
Great.
I'm
And
sorry.
if you tell anybody I'm down here, I know who to blame.
There you go. That's trust.
Thank you for your help.
And vice versa. I'm sorry I pointed a gun at you. I thought that you were part of an evil techno cabal trying to kill us and
It's cool. I
the
was.
world.
Dex is like, so, you gonna stay down here, help us change the world? Sometimes we bring snacks down and we do like a pizza night. Can be pretty fun.
Hey, question.
I screen films.
I
I've got an old 35 millimeter projector.
no, I have a job and I have
Oh, really? Where do you work?
Maria like runs her hand over Charlie's face and just undoes her sculpting.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. You're even more beautiful.
Wait, I just needed you to know.
Professor warned me.
What did he
He
warn
warned
about?
me. He warned me that there were people like you out there.
What is that?
Deviants.
Oh, yeah. Look, we did what we came to do, and you should go on and live an amazing life away from us.
I do have work to do, but
Do you think this computer could get something trending on Twitter?
could this computer get something trending on Twitter? This is the most powerful computer in existence. Yeah, I think it could get something trending on Twitter. Why? Why would you want to do that?
Do we have what day of the week is it, Jared?
Let's see.
This
It is
awesome.
it's currently a Monday.
Yeah. Here's what I want trending on Twitter if we can swing it. This Liam guy, he's fed by the algorithms.
Mhm.
What if we make him think that there's going to be some sort of big protest at some location Tuesday night, get him to show up there, because if we don't tempt him, if we don't find him before, he's gonna show up at the protest on Saturday.
That's right.
Mm. Good idea.
So, do you want to use the computer to do that?
Wait. Before you do, if it's going to be trending on Twitter, we might actually get, I mean, we might trick him,
other
but we
people
might
would show
trick
up.
other people too. We could use the computer to pinpoint his location right now.
You know what? That's smarter.
Okay, you're trying to pinpoint his location. What is your idea for how to do that? You're just going to ask the computer to see if it can figure out where he's at?
Yeah.
Okay.
GPS him. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't want to do it. I want to have Avi do it because I don't have any skills that help in this matter.
Avi, do you think you can do it?
I think I can probably do it. Is there a way that I could? I'm trying to think of a way to explain this besides just asking the game master if I can do the thing.
Well, why don't you? That's okay. Why don't you just give me like a computer plus intelligence roll and see what you're able to do, and I'll tell you what comes back.
Okay. Yeah,
We can abstract things a little bit. I wanted to see if you had a specific plan, but yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that I could use my like cryptography to try to decipher that, but this makes more sense.
Yeah, no problem.
This guy's
Okay, that is 4 successes.
4 successes. You realize that a good way to find him is to look at the top trending locations and things that are on all of social media, and that currently the top trending thing on social media in terms of a place you could go or a thing that you could do is over the weekend this new movie came out and everybody is arguing about it. It's called wait, let me see here. I have it.
I bet he hates the new Masters of the Universe show.
Yeah, he probably does, or he. So there's a lot of people arguing about this new movie. It's called Jungle Land, and it's based on an old theme park attraction. But there's this trending topic about its problematic elements, and people are like all arguing about it online. There's a lot of theaters in Pittsburgh that are showing it. You could kind of try them. That's the top trending thing. Or you could wait a little while and see if something else comes up.
Well, Liam tweets, right? He's got a popular social media following.
Oh, in fact, you look up, you find his Instagram, and it's like 1,000 photos of him by himself, smiling. And if someone knows, but they all seem to be in kind of the same place. He's at like a really kind of high altitude somewhere. If someone wants, if they have Streetwise and they roll their intelligence and can get 2 successes or 3 successes, sorry, they might know where it is.
Well, I got Streetwise. Let me try. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you need 3 to know where this is at.
I don't have,
but it's like literally, it's so creepy. It's like literally, it looks like he takes like endless Instagram photos of himself per day, and they're all like in the kind of in this little wooded area. It's overlooking the city.
Yeah. Can the computer not tell us where he's posting from?
The computer, no, maybe he's running some sort of interference. The computer is not a instantly solve the mystery for you machine. No.
Oh, come on.
Nope, sorry.
Well, hold on, Sarah.
VtM.
Back to your original idea. Maybe we don't get trending the like a location for a fake protest, but maybe we can jump on. I mean, negativity spreads faster than positivity, so we could get trending one specific theater who like and call the theater itself problematic about the Jungle movie.
True, we could do that.
Also,
Charlie, how tall is Gravity Hill?
Gravity Hill is sort of not like a peak, really. It's also far enough outside the city that it's probably not a place to view down into it. Look, why don't you guys? So are you spending hours down here with the computer, or are you going to move back up to the surface? I mean, like, where is all this taking place? And either answer's fine.
Can I just take a screenshot of that photo?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to text it out to my network of street organizers and just be like, does anyone know where this guy is?
Oh my God. Can I follow him and DM him?
Yeah, you can follow him and DM him. Yeah, absolutely.
While they're doing this, Avi has a sort of side project he wants to do with the most powerful computer in existence.
Wow. Remind me never to give something like that to a player ever again. Go ahead.
It's nothing bad. Avi's going to go in and open an account in the name of him and the General Queer Liberation Front. And he's going to have the most powerful computer in the world use some of its capacity to mine Bitcoin.
You start to do that, and Todd Marbury comes over and goes, "What are you doing?"
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Side project.
All right, out. All of you, out.
Yep, got it. Thanks, Todd.
This is a sacred place.
We should have.
You guys understand that, right?
Fine. Okay.
Get your own node.
We saved
this.
Hang on a second. We turned this on for you.
And now you're trying to mine Bitcoin with it.
You know.
Avi, can you just erase student loan debt real quick?
We cut to a scene of our heroes emerging out of the mine. Our heroes emerge from the mine, and there is there's a message on your phone. It's just come through because you were too low for your cell phone to pick it up.
Whose phone?
Maria. I'm sorry, Maria.
Oh, what does it say? I check it.
It's your dad.
Oh, shit.
And he says that in terms of like the Freemasons are just very proud that they had a hand in some of Pittsburgh's like really impressive infrastructure. and he in the like the little and he says he sent you an email, and you check the email, and he's listed off a couple of things, and basically they built some bridges. They say that they had a kind of hand in building the bridges. The Freemasons, of course, they come from that long line of like sacred geometry and like, perfect form and function. And so that they had a little hand in some of Pittsburgh's most incredible sites in architecture. And now, while you're looking at this list of sites, Maria, you can make an intelligence plus. Should I make it just an Enigmas roll? That makes sense to me.
Can I help
Yeah.
with?
Yeah, you can.
I done got no Enigma points.
I'm very good at intelligence and enigmas.
Can I just hand this over to Avi?
Yeah, you may.
Okay. Many dice.
Avi's so smart.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
7 successes. The Duquesne Incline. One of the things that the Freemasons consider like to be a really kind of cool thing that they've made is the Duquesne Incline, which is sort of like a trolley car that goes up the side of a hill, and you realize in that moment that this is definitely where he's taking all of his photos from on his Instagram account.
The Duquesne Incline. God, how did I not see that?
He must be up
are
there.
we close?
Well,
You're
I want to see if I can, like, if that is where it seems like if he's plugging in there every night, then we might not want to go to his lair. And if we can get him to Marty's, that would be awesome for me. But if I slide into his DMs, I'm going to type, I hate vaccinations, not my kid my kid will never be vaccinated. And then send a heart.
You get a answer back instantly, and it looks like someone cut and pasted a bunch of things about like vaccinations and how the virus was created in China.
Yeah,
and it's almost not an email, but it kind of is. It's like when they make those AIs and they tell them to write a story. That's what his email back is like. And then at the end, it just says, "You up?" ?
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to just use the same, like if it's a bit jumbly, then I'm just going to write horny baby Marty's.
Okay. And he says, instantly a message comes back. Like there's like, it's almost like you're like, did I even hit send before the message came back? And it's just kind of like the bar guide entry for Marty's, which is not great.
Oh, okay. And I'll do Marty's and then another eggplant emoji, and then I'll just keep going Marty's. That's it.
Okay, so let me see something. It is now the evening. It's dark out. You're at Carnegie Mellon. Where are you? Oh yeah, you get a message back that says nudes ?
And
Maria's just shaking her head.
I'll just
Straight people
say
are so weird.
I'll say yes, Marty's.
Okay. So you suddenly like all of a sudden your Instagram box is like filling, and then somehow he's like also kind of found like your email box is like filling, and I gotta tell you that like it's like dick pics, but it's not his. It's like just 1,000 from off of the online.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! A dick package.
So it's the most awful creature that has ever been created, is what you need to know about Liam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna at this point say, Avi and also Maria. Look, I was trying to lure him to Marty's, but I think I don't know if it's. I can't tell if it's working. I know something's working. Like I'm connecting with him, but God, Is
I
there?
think
Is
we
there?
got it.
It's like an AI trying to mimic a human id. It doesn't actually have one, but
I know, but I was trying to get him to Marty's, and in the course of seconds, we're at this level. Is there a way that
it's
computers
getting off on manipulating you, not
Yeah.
If it's mimicking Twitter users and Reddit users and shit, maybe just some basic reverse psychology. Maybe it's just so contrarian that if you say, you know, don't come to Marty's, it'll show up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then I get back on my phone. I say, "Don't come to Marty's, you small penised milady."
Okay. So you say that, and then it just starts sending like 100 memes about bitches to you.
God.
Like, I mean, and again, they like fill up your inbox. They're like in your email now. Like, you check your other accounts, like you're getting DMs on Twitter from a user that like has like no picture on the profile, you know, and
Okay.
your social media presence right now, Charlie, is in real danger. It's like it's just filled with all this crap.
Oh no.
But you're definitely getting a reaction. But guys, you're not going to know whether it's worked or not.
We gotta go back to Marty's.
We gotta
let's
go to
Marty's
Marty's.
for now, and if it doesn't work, we'll go up to the
Yeah.
main incline.
Okay, great. You arrive at Marty's on the south shore, and you realize that it is so close to the Duquesne incline. And you also go inside, and you see a lot of guys you don't recognize, especially for a Monday night. And they are these like young guys, and they look kind of like they're looking around and like they're talking really loudly. And when you walk in, they see Charlie, and they're like, "Oh, look who it is."
Oh god.
Oh no.
And Charlie, I want you to know that you've been kind of like looking at your it sounds like you've been looking at your social media the whole time. And you realize you're getting messages from other users now who are like, you know, fuck you, and all kinds of horrible, despicable, sexist
doxed.
stuff.
You got
doxed
gamergated,
you.
Charlie.
There are like 10 guys in here who all immediately descended on Marty's on a Monday night to kind of fuck with you. And you, Maria, you recognize a couple of them. You recognize like 2 of them from the other night. They were like the Proud Boys that were with Liam. So there are 10 guys in here, and when they see you, they start going like, "Hey, you ate a bar in this shithole?"
And I'm gonna like immediately put on my like bartender face and go, "Oh, it's you guys. What's up? Oh, everyone from the internet is here. I guess you can't take a joke and just try." Huh?
I don't want to hear you talk. Okay, I want to drink now. Come on, you want a tip?
Fuck this shit. Maria does not like this, and I think she just throws a punch.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
okay. You know what? What she does first is she messages the QLF and says, "Marty's now Proud Boys."
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you get a message back that they are on their way. And Marty is kind of back behind the bar, and he goes, "Friends of yours, Charlie?"
Don't worry about it, Marty. Go upstairs.
He goes, "Oh, you got this? Okay." And he starts heading upstairs. He is an ally, but he's a 1-point ally. You can ask him to do something for you if you want. I want you to know that. He will do something for you.
Oh, thanks.
Are you going to start waiting the bar here?
No, look, I also have in my nature my demeanor is affable therapist bartender, but my nature is survivor through rage. And when I see Maria clock a guy, I think that's going to trigger my survivor through rage. Like, oh yeah, this is an option, you know?
So here's the deal.
Transformation.
Here's the deal. Maria, I think you said you didn't clock him yet, or did you? Are we about to enter a combat situation?
But I'm happy to do that.
Oh.
I want these guys to do one more thing.
Okay.
To really piss you guys off.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them drops a full beer on the ground and is like, "Oh, shit. I guess you got to clean that up.
Well, I do have a lot of melee, so when that happens, yeah, that's next level rude. And also, Marty's is my sanctum. You don't drop a beer in Marty, so I will pick up the bottle. And if Maria has thrown a punch, and all of that triggers some rage, then I think we're gonna.
Does Marty's have a pool table?
Martis definitely has a pool table. Guys, we are about to enter into a fray here, it sounds like. So, I'm going to ask each of you. So everybody rolls at once. I'm rolling the dice for all of the proud boys that are going to start punching. It's rumble time. This is our climax, okay? Now, in the World of Darkness system, instead of just keeping rolling on a fight until everybody loses all their HP, what we can do is something called 3-2 done, which means that we will do a series of 3 rounds, and at the end of that, we will decide what it feels like the outcome was. If you cast anything during these 3 rounds, it will be a fast casting, so that means the difficulty is going to go up a little bit, just warning you ahead of time. And keep in mind that if you're using any kind of intricate tools, I'm gonna ask you, wait, did you get that out of your bag? Did you do all that? You know what I mean? Like, in addition to casting, it can get a little tricky. But right now I can tell you that the second that you pick up that bottle, these guys are like, fuck it, and they're coming for you guys. So right now, 10 guys are pulling back their bar stools and running at you. And so their action, you think this turn is going to be to try to hurt the 3 of you, Avi included. So now I ask, Avi, what is your action going to be this first round?
Avi is going to use magic to make himself super fast.
Okay, Avi. So you're going to use your time magic and cast a speed up spell. If you succeed in doing that, I'll let you also take an action after you've cast the spell.
Okay, great.
Okay. So put together a vulgar. Go ahead and give yourself 2 paradox for doing vulgar with sleeper witnesses, and roll a die to see if you gain paradox.
We're about to watch Avi just fucking headshot all 10 proud boys.
I know. That'd be so awesome.
I do not gain paradox.
Okay, and then don't roll yet, but you're going to roll an intelligence plus time at a difficulty of, I think it's going to be, we're going to call it only 4, because it's +1 difficulty for the fast casting. Okay. And then, Maria, what are you going to do? Don't roll yet, Avi. Roll it in a second. Maria, what are you going to do?
I think Maria, sensing where this might be going, has grabbed a pool cue.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maria is going to grab a pool cue and hit somebody with it?
I think she might have done it already. Like, I think she might have been arming herself.
Okay, I'll allow it. So you grab the pool cue, and what are you going to do? Yeah, that's okay.
I want to. She's gonna beef up. She's full.
Oh, you're gonna cast something to make yourself stronger.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see. That's gonna be coincidental. You can do it's gonna be life 3. So and it's fast casting. So give yourself a composure plus life roll, but the difficulty is 4. Okay, and don't roll it yet. Charlie, what are you going to do?
This is our sanctum, right? Do we get?
It is very good point, but
Yes!
it's not your sanctum, Maria. It's Charlie's sanctum. Sorry, yeah. She's the one that took the background. So, Charlie, what are you going to do?
So the plan that I want to do is get something on draft and kind of pop it so that I can spray beer everywhere. And the vibe that I'm trying to get into this beer is basically to fight everyone, not necessarily targets, so that some of them are consumed with fighting each other.
Just a riot.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really incredible. So that'll be a mind spell. And so for you, that is going to be.
But I do have to get over there and crack off the beer and
then in fact, in this first round, do you mind just kind of giving me sort of a Dex plus Athletics roll just to get over there and get that thing out?
Yeah, that's only. I only have 3 for that, but yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with Charlie and the Proud Boys that are kind of attacking her.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes is enough to get you over there, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you some damage that you take to get over there.
Okay.
And I think that what you have taken is 3 bashing damage on your sheet. So in your health levels, you're going to go, just the slash, not the X. You take 3 slashes and you go down to injured.
Oh,
So,
shoot. Okay.
Yeah, because they're like throwing punches at you.
Okay.
And in order for you to get back behind the bar, you kind of got hit a couple times by these guys.
Okay.
So you're at -1 to skill rolls and magic rolls because you're injured, but you still have like 4 health levels before you're incapacitated. So
but
Charlie got over there.
Can I have done it cool? Like I slide, like I kind of parkour leap and slide on my butt back behind the bar and then crack the.
When you describe it that way, I think maybe some of this is a hurt you did to yourself. You like parkour up and you like fall back behind the bar.
Okay, that's fair.
But absolutely, and you have that can ready to go. You can cast next turn. Okay. Next round. And so now, let me see, Avi. How does your spell roll go?
I will roll it right now. Okay, 1. Four successes.
That's great. So you succeed. I think you needed 4 successes, right?
Wow.
Avi, you do take, well, no, actually, because you were doing something to speed yourself up, I will now let you do something before these guys connect with you.
Okay.
So you're like, again, all of a sudden, boom, like everybody's going a little slower.
So I'm going to pull my gun. I'm not going to fire any shots because I don't necessarily want the cops to come. But I am going to do a bunch of Krav Maga on these guys, which involves using my gun as just a melee weapon. And I'm going to hit one of the guys closest to me right in the temple with the butt of the pistol, and I'm going to reach out with, I'm going to sort of kick out with my leg and just kick in one of these guys' knees, the other guy who's closest to me. I don't know if I can do all that this turn, but
I think that you can try it. Let's go ahead and roll a dexterity plus brawl. I'll use dexterity instead of strength since you're using Krav Maga.
Can I use martial arts instead of brawl?
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, 1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes. And let's see. They got like 2 successes to hit you, but you won the successes there. So I'm gonna say you Krav Maga, boom, a guy and take him down right away. Like cool. With your 3 successes. Because I'm gonna say the butt of a pistol. We're going to go ahead and add 2 damage to whatever you do. So you have just like knocked one of the guys like 4 bashing health levels down to wounded. And he's going to kind of fall to the ground, kind of like holding his head from where you smashed him with the butt of the pistol. And Avi, remind me after we see what everybody's done, I'm going to let you take another action because you're sped up.
Okay. Got it.
Cool.
Okay. So then Maria, how did your roll go?
4 successes. 5
5 successes. So you become ultra stronger, right? You can go ahead and let's see, 5 successes. Why don't you go ahead and add let's call it, let's take your strength up to 5, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For the time being. But these guys do get a chance to attack you because you're casting a spell. And they roll, oh, look at that. They only do 1 bashing health level against you.
Adorable.
Okay. So there's like still 9 guys. They, we can divide them up. There's like 3 crowded around the bar trying to get at Charlie. 3 that are kind of moving in on Avi, who just took one of them out, and 3 that are like trying to grab, like they're trying to get their arms around you and grapple you, Maria. And so here's round 2 of our 3 rounds. What are you going to do this round, Avi?
Do I get to act again at the end of last round, or was I?
Oh, yes, you do. Go ahead.
Okay.
You get to do one more action.
I'm just gonna try and take out another one of these guys. So I kick him in the knee, and while he's distracted, I hit him in the head with the pistol. This is
Go ahead and give me another martial arts roll. Dexterity plus martial arts.
All right. That is another 3 successes.
Okay, great. Once again, you come to so there's 3 more guys on you, and you boom, you do exactly what you said. You knock his knee out, and you hit him in the head with your gun, and another guy is like wounded, like ah. And so now there's only like 2 guys on you. I love that our physicist guy suddenly turns into Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Jewish Bruce Lee. Okay.
Jewish Bruce Lee.
So that is now it's the new round. So Avi, what are you going to do this round?
Bruce Levy?
Bruce Levy. Are you going to Bruce Levy another guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. You'll do that. Charlie, what are you going to do? Cast your spell?
Oh yeah, this is gonna get them enraged and targeting ideally each other, but really I don't know if I can manipulate that. So it's really just any target nearby.
I think why don't you use Mind 3 for this? And because I think you're covering like a wide area of guys here, trying to get all of them, you know?
I'm trying to get all of them, yeah.
But it's your sanctum.
Yeah.
It's coincidental. I don't think that this would be vulgar to try to get guys to hit each other. Like they're all acting like lunatics already. So it's already a brawl. So I think that the difficulty is 3, but you're in your sanctum and you're using the alcohol tool. So you only need 1 success.
Oh my God. Okay.
You'll roll that in just a second.
1 second. Do I get to add an attribute as well?
Yes, you do. Of course. Yeah. What do you think you'll use for
manipulation?
This,
manipulation.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
My background, the sanctum is actually, I have 3 dots in it, but does that just mean I get to, what does that mean?
That means that, let's see, it means kind of like how powerful it is. Like I would give it all kinds of little powers and things. Okay. But generally inside of the sanctum, you get -1 difficulty.
Oh, awesome. Amazing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's mind with alcohol. So that's 4. And then manipulation is 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Yeah. And you only need 1 success, and you'll roll it in just a second. And Maria, what are you going to do this turn?
Maria, yeah, she's fucking jacked, and she's so can you describe to me, there's some guys trying to grapple me?
Yeah, so there's one on either side of you. You're up against the pool table, right? You've got the pool cue in your hand. There's one on either side of you. They're going to roll this turn to kind of restrain you, to grapple you, and then there's a guy, coming up right on you, and he's going to try to just kind of like, punch you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think, I don't know how many I can try to hit. This is Maria's thing. She is a brawler. She fights these guys specifically. This is her, like, I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Like, movie montage. I think she takes this pool cue and just fucking cracks it over the head of one guy. And if she gets to hit another one, I think, this would be like a crack whap and try to take out the 2 guys holding her.
Let's try a strength. Give me a strength plus brawl, and you can add all your extra strength that you have right now. And we'll see how many successes you get and how you want to divide them among the combatants. And so here we go. Let me first have Avi's roll.
All right. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Avi, that's pretty good, except that these guys attacking you have they're doing pretty well, unfortunately, this time.
Can I use willpower on this?
That's a good idea. Go for it.
I'm going to use some willpower. I'll re-roll 2 dice. That's an additional success.
So how many altogether?
3.
3. Okay, great. That's how many successes they got against you to hurt you. These there's only 2 guys on you now. So I think that you guys are at kind of an impasse. Like you're like Krav Magaing them, and they're kind of like getting in there, but nobody's hurting each other quite yet. Okay. But keep in mind, you get to act again at the end of this round. Okay.
Cool. Yep.
And now, Charlie, how did your roll go?
Okay, so I did have to take a paradox first of all.
Okay.
So now I'm at 6 paradox dice, but 7 total, and I just need 1. Oh no!
What happened?
I got 4 successes, but 2 of them are 10s on the paradox dice.
How many? And you had 6 paradox?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
here's what happens. Charlie sprays everyone with like alcohol, like while she and tells this, puts out this like kind of riot mentality. And I think that this paradox backlash that we're about to enact is going to go ahead and end this encounter. Okay. And I'm going to, first of all, we're at kind of the end of our playtime anyway. But I mean, you guys were incredible, and this is an incredible way to end it, everybody. So you had a critical hit, but you did it with 6 paradox. So I'm going to call this overkill, which is one of the things on my list here. Charlie, you infect yourself with this rage. You infect Avi with this rage. You affect Maria with this rage. And suddenly all of you just see a red haze, and everybody just is punching like crazy. And the guys are punching each other just like you wanted. But like at some point, like Avi is like, I mean, I'm just going to narrate it like this. At some point, Avi is like Krav Magaing Maria in the head. And Charlie is like, got Marty off the steps upstairs and is smashing him into the bar, and everybody is bloody and hurt and really messed up. When you start to kind of come to, the cops are like breaking into the bar. And here we go. This is going to be, here's the roughest part of this paradox thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to say that this big brawl, it does damage to all of you. Okay. Bashing damage. So it's not going to kill you, but you might fill your trackers right now. So Charlie, you take 3 more.
Slashes?
Take 3 more slashes. Yeah, which puts you at what?
Crippled.
So you are currently crippled with a -5 to your pools. Maria, you did pretty well. You only take 1 bashing. Maria must have been doing most of the hurting. Maria's right now just like smashing cops in the faces. And Avi, you took the worst of it, my friend. You take 4 slashes.
Okay.
So I'm going to end the encounter and say that you guys you guys beat these Proud Boys to a pulp. They beat each other to a pulp. You beat each other to a pulp. And the last thing you guys see as like the spell starts to wear off, you're all like soaked in alcohol. Avi and Charlie are sitting on the curb getting handcuffs put around them as they watch as like 5 policemen drag Maria off like to like a paddy wagon, and she's like literally like throwing policemen around.
Oh my gosh.
Has the QLF showed up?
Oh yeah, the QLF shows up, and they can do something really helpful actually. The QLF, your friends in the QLF roll to keep you from going to jail. They know how to do that and argue that and like threaten legal action and stuff like that, right? So I'm going to let the QLF have a 6-die pool for that. And I'm going to say if they can get 2 successes right now, they might be able to kind of get you guys from being completely booked and have the book thrown at you. And they roll 4 successes.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So, everybody is kind of, instead you're kind of fined for like disturbing the peace, and the cops write out tickets instead. But that means that the Proud Boys also are just kind of sent home. And so we will have now a final scene as everybody's holding ice against their face. We know, Charlie is really, really quite hurt. Charlie is like,
crippled. So what is that? Crippled, like a limb is not functioning?
That's completely correct. And you get basically -5 to all of your rolls. So this final scene is just sort of it's our coda, but when it's just bashing damage like you gained, one of them gets better per day, right? But you guys, it looks like you're kind of out of, at least Charlie is, out of commission. Like, you don't want to be running around and casting magic with a -5 to your roll. So, so Liam is still out there somewhere. So, sometimes when you play a role-playing game, the ending isn't like complete victory, but at least like as you're watching them, like the Proud Boys, like kind of like get up and out of there, they're looking at Maria like,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? And like, and they're like, just like kind of like moving out with like a looks of fear in their eyes. They weren't expecting what they got. And you can tell that they're not going to mess with Marty's anymore. So what I would like to know is, as you're nursing your wounds here, I'd like to see a final scene between our cabal.
I think maybe Maria is knelt down next to Charlie, just doing a little first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
while
sorry about that, guys. I had a plan, and I didn't realize how much I just lose control a little too easily.
It's fine. It's been a chaotic day.
Fucking Nazis.
I almost fucking killed that professor earlier, and it's just hitting me how insane that was.
Yeah, we may not have been our best selves today.
Why? He was a techno fuck. At least as far as we knew.
I know.
Yeah.
I put the gun away when I found out he wasn't a threat.
We live to fight another day.
Avi is just like sitting slumped against the wall with a bottle of alcohol.
Charlie gets a notification from her phone.
Oh, I'm okay. Yes.
DM.
Yeah. What is this now?
The second you open your phone, you realize that it's like a TikTok notification. And you open that app and you see Liam, and he's like, "I'm on TikTok! Find me on TikTok, everybody!" And him being like doing like that, whatever, like the lamest, oldest, like, what do you call it, the Harlem Shake or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
And you sit there hating him and realizing that your nemesis is still out there somewhere. And perhaps we'll see these characters again. And when we do, they will be able to finally take down Liam, the nanotech Proud Boy, once and for all.
What a great villain.
What
that
a great villain.
Is the end of today's episode
amazing.
of Magi of Pittsburgh. You guys were amazing. I can't believe that paradox thing happened like that. What a
Insane.
blow. What a...
Oh, yeah.
So much paradox today.
There was a lot going on.
Everything got reversed. Just
We
like
spent all the last session
more than
building up our paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I will ask is, since you guys are regular role players, so I have kind of altered the old mechanic and changed it a little bit. Did it feel like too much paradox? Did it feel like that was happening too often?
No, I mean,
It's
yeah, it's a good balance, because I mean, I started out going, "Oh, I want some weird stuff to happen," and then when it does, you're like, "Okay, I'm good. Oh my god, okay, I'm good." But it was never. It felt more storytellery than it did. Oh, we could die from this, which I think that's what I like, is when it alters the course of the story, like it feels like very binarily, like instead of winning, we really lost,
Yeah.
And when it's that level of storytelling, and we didn't only not win, we also died, that's worse than
that's rough.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I really liked it when the paradox kind of, because it made Avi rewind the entire sequence, and then it's like, oh, now where do we go? I don't know. There was just a lot more cool stuff.
Yeah,
That was
it
more
added a lot.
unpredictable.
Yeah, and you guys pulled off incredible magic like that rewind. I mean, like so yeah. I mean, yeah, I sort of just loved this entire game. I loved playing with these players specifically. So be sure to find them online, you guys, and in a nice way, not like Liam. Tell them how much you love them, and tell them that you enjoyed our Magi of Pittsburgh series. Be sure to check out Amy's Kickstarter, Watch Better Than Heroes, and keep an eye on this space for a Wheel of Time game from our friend Sara. Until next time, I'm going to say bye to Aaron Urist, Amy Vorpahl, and Sarah Rose Kaplan. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Reality Deviants. I'll say goodbye. We're going to take you out. Woo! Oh, there we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching this, for being here. I hope it was a good little replacement for our vampire series for a couple weeks. I want to play more of this mage game, and I think that we will. So let us know you enjoyed it on the Discord, and tell us what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on all the socials. We're on all of them: Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on join our Discord. And thank you so much. Coming up soon, next week after you're watching this, you'll see a new Vampires of Pittsburgh Reign in Blood. We'll be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. And I believe in Taste of Blood this coming week. At this point, it's going to be a Lone Wolves, if I'm not mistaken, a Lone Wolves. So we'll try our hand at book 2 of Lone Wolf again this coming Tuesday. You guys, we love our viewers. Thank you also to Clinton Trucks and Brian Baldinger, my producers and partners. Thank you to Megan Arch, our social media manager, and to Jill Petracek, who does our art direction. See you later, Reality Deviants. I can't.